So when we bring up the idea of affordable housing, and the solutions that we possibly can bring to the table, I mean, it comes from a good place. We want to see everybody win. What is your idea, or maybe some ideas on how to solve the affordability issue, let's say directly in San Antonio, or is there an affordability issue?
There is. I mean, when I got my license in 2009, the median
Yeah.
cost of a home in San Antonio was around 170,000.
Hmm.
That number is more than doubled
Yeah.
in 14 years. So, and then let's compare that to wages where they were in 2009 versus
Right.
where they are now. It hasn't kept up.
No way. Yeah.
So we've got to bring better paying jobs into San Antonio and more of them. A lot of the jobs that we're bringing in, we can tout, the mayor loves to tout about how many jobs are coming in, but they're not high paying jobs,
I agree.
and we need a little bit better educated workforce as well.
Hmm.
We also need to focus on some of the trade schools because there's a lot of people that can do well and succeed going to the trade school route. Like I didn't graduate college.
Same here.
I'm not again because I'm a bad employee, I don't conform, so it made me a bad student.
Hmm.
I remember I'm gonna get off on a tangent real
Go
quick,
ahead.
but,
Yeah.
I was taking a business what was it? Social and ethical issues in business at
Okay.
UTSA. The professor was Consuelo Ramirez, and I think she's got a lot of promotions since then, but, I remember showing up in class on the last day, and I had gotten an A on all the tests and all the projects, and I looked online and I had a D in the class. So I went up to her and I said, "Hey, why do I have a D, in this class? Here's all my scores." And she goes, "Oh, well, you didn't attend most of the time." And I
D
said
stands for didn't attend.
and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm paying you.
Right.
If I don't wanna attend and I can get an A on everything, then I should get an A." She goes, "No, you really need to be here for this class, so you're getting a D." And I said, "All right, peace out, UTSA." And that was my last, college class, but I do think that college isn't for everyone, but that doesn't mean that those people aren't still seeking out knowledge and can't become successful. And
I
so,
agree.
like, real estate's one of those things. Mortgage could be one of those things. There's a lot of professional licenses that you don't need
Oh,
a degree
plumbers,
to get.
electrician,
Right,
all of
HVA
the
dude, my plumber kills it. I mean,
absolutely.
sometimes I feel like I need to start working for him.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
The discussion we're having almost reminds me of, have you seen the new, South Park, multiverse?
I do love South Park. I love the real estate one, but dude, with 3 little kids,
It's
like,
yeah.
by the time they all go to bed, like, my wife and I don't even wanna talk to
No,
each other. We're just like,
like, bye,
"Ready for
night.
bed?" Yeah.
So the idea behind what they were trying to, portray, which they did a great job of it, is
They always do.
yeah, the idea of technology, not necessarily replacing people, but we get so complacent with others doing things that the generations to come will eventually forget how to do things like, let me fix this hinge on the stove. What is it? It's just a screw that I have to replace. No big deal. So he's got to call the handyman, which apparently in all of the United States, the men that normally would just fix it are having the same issues. Therefore, all the handymen now become the richest in the United States. Why? Because nobody knows how to do shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that movie Idiocracy,
Oh
and
my
we're
God.
living in it.
We are literally living in it. How
Yeah,
forward thinking was that movie?
scary.
It was scary. Minus the buff president.
Well, one
But
of my favorite shirts is I have a shirt that says "Make Orwell fiction again,"
yeah,
and that's really and truly
JC loved that.
it's unfortunate, but it's true.
Yes, it is
So
true. Yeah, man, it's just I don't want to be all doom and gloom on this stuff because there is plenty of good. And
for sure.
in my opinion, when you see changes happening, we'll call it the NAR settlement is going to breed change. The elections is going to breed change. The affordability issues is going to breed change. What spawns of that is always opportunity. Opportunity for folks to step in and rise to the occasion, answer the calling, whatever that may be, that leads us to the next future, whatever, how to fix all of these things. In your opinion, what are some things that could potentially fix, or I mean, they could be super hypothetical pipe dream type, but hey, if you don't throw it out there, what are we doing here in the think tank, you know? What are some things that could potentially solve some of this that's going on?
I definitely think getting inflation under control
Mhm,
is something that will make a huge difference.
mhm.
Um,
And
I
and that being the case, inflation, if we look at the root causes of what is actually happening, and let's say most of it is this corporate greed, would it be too crazy to say, hey guys, at some point, we as Americans need to just stop buying that shit?
Absolutely, but it takes a movement to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know the exact quote, but it's like evil prevails when good people fail to take action.
Yes, sir.
And that's kind of where we're at right now is it's easy to just sit back and not do anything.
Mhm.
It's a lot harder to take action
Yes, sir.
and it takes a lot more effort, but now is the time to do that.
Yeah, I agree.
And other as far as affordability, I think there's a lot of people in San Antonio trying to address it in the wrong ways. And again, when you look at it, it's these major corporations.
It's true.
I'm not going to say
No, we don't need to
specific
name names.
builders, right? But there's some builders that are coming in, and how are they addressing affordability? Well, they're building a worse product. They're building a small product that doesn't give a family an opportunity to grow.
Right.